Hello everyone. I wanted to talk about something interesting today, and that is AI. I'm sure, as most of you have noticed, there is kind of a new interest in AI due to people Studio Ghiblifying images from our history or from themselves, and although some of that might seem humorous, Miyazaki and his studio did not think so, and they've issued a cease and desist order to ChatGPT or whoever it is that's doing that. An interesting blur is happening now with intellectual property and the internet. I mean, we all interact with the internet, we all put ourselves on the internet, and now the internet is the main fuel source for a lot of these AI models. It's very interesting to see how that is going to turn out. But it took someone messing with Miyazaki for people to start asking questions about artists and their stuff being used to train AI. And I've got some news for you. That's been going on for a lot longer than right now. In 2017, I started working as a contributing artist to stock websites, making stock video and photo content. My first year of doing that in 2017, I made $27,000, which was quite amazing, really, to have that kind of extra income on top of what I was making at my job at the time. Fast forward to 2020, all the websites, all the stock websites, the major stock websites, announce a new pricing model where they promise, the price per download is going to be lower, but you're going to get so many more downloads, it's going to even out. So let's take a look at how much money I make now. On top of this phenomenon, there is another thing that's going on where stock websites sent out emails around the same time to alert you that they were going to be using your content to train their AI. All the sites offer you the option to opt out of this training, but they say, hey, if we use your content, you'll get a significant payout for training this AI. So as you can imagine, everyone's rates get way lower, and then they spring this on you and go, want to make, an extra $1,000? We're gonna use your stuff to train AI. And a lot of people did it. And I opted out of every one that I saw except for one. And the reason I didn't opt out of it is because they hid the information about them using your content to train AI in an email with other news about the company, one of those emails that you usually just ignore. So one day I get a fairly large payment for training AI. I forget what they called it. It wasn't called that. They call it something kind of deceptive. But anyway, so I get this big payment. I'm like, what's this? And I go and look it up and find out that my content has been used to train AI. They have all these guarantees about how it's not, it's not going to hurt you, and this is actually for the better, and all this stuff like that. It's a lie. And it does hurt. It hurts everybody involved, but most particularly the artists that are involved. So this has been going on for artists for much longer than just recently, but it took people seeing how Studio Ghibli responded to it to really start noticing the blurred lines between what's intellectual property and what isn't. So it's just kind of a weird thought. On the other end of the spectrum, there is Grok. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Grok. Grok is Twitter or X's AI model. I have experimented a little bit with Grok to see kind of what it's like, what it does, how it interacts. Because I haven't messed with anything AI related since kind of the beginning when it was really bad. And I was like, wow, this is stupid. But seeing the way Grok works now, it's pretty scary. And, of course, I was asking it prompts trying to make it useful for me. And some of the prompts I asked it were very detailed and, theological and philosophical about stuff I was looking up. And it did what would have taken me a couple years of doing research. It took it about 3 seconds to come up with everything and every point and every cited source. And I was like, okay, so this tool is obviously powerful. It could obviously be used to help people accomplish things faster. But at what point do we start making sacrifices on one end or the other? That's really the question, and that's kind of the place that we're at with AI right now. A lot of people that I know are just, obsessed with it and think it's amazing and the best thing, the most revolutionary thing they've ever seen. And they use it every day, and they're already in kind of a place where they can't live without it or can't operate without it. It's very, very interesting. So it's something that we have to pray about. Just add it to the list of things we have to pray about. It's a very, very weird time to be alive.